I am early. Suckers. What's going on, everyone? This is going to be a real quick one. I have to go pick up some stuff from storage. But I figured, still keeping on with the happy hour stuff, even though it might not be a full hour. But I just want to say hi to everyone. Let's see, we got Donald, good afternoon, Greg, Mark and Lisa, Caleb, Jeffrey. Was that everyone? Everyone so far? Brandon's in as well. Well, he was earlier. He was really early. He was about a half hour ago. So yeah, what's going on, guys? Another day. I don't even know what day it is. Actually, you know what? It should be easier now. Like Thursdays are anchor days. And also, I hope everyone enjoyed yesterday. The happy hour, our stream, and both the normal streams with the James Neal from Beam Centauri. That was a great conversation. And being a fan of the majority of their portfolio, especially Lefroy, it was nice to chat and get to know the guy. And hope everyone kind of got a little bit of their fill. We're working with a couple of other ambassadors to try and get them on, and a couple of other kind of interesting folks that can ask some questions and more industry stuff, because we're professionals. So I don't know what everyone's drinking. I decided to make an old fashioned again with the billet rye and some pure, like, actual maple syrup right out of the tree, not the Aunt Jemima stuff. Mark says that he's gonna be working on stills. Keep up the work, Mark. Everyone appreciates it, and we'll see you soon. Donald is a huge Ty Cannell. I'll never be able to pronounce that right. Ty Connell. Ty, whatever. Triconel. Fan. So yeah, I guess he likes it. Ronnie Alley Music. You must be a friend of Jeff's. But welcome in, bud. Nice to have you. Caleb is 2008 Bourbon County wheat wine. Is that a wine or a bourbon? So yeah, I finally finished Freud on Netflix. Definitely recommend it after finishing it. Very interesting. It ties the season finale, and if there is going to be another season, I don't know. I mean, feasibly they probably could make a second season, but if they didn't, they ended it very well. So Caleb is saying that it's a stout aged in bourbon barrels. Nice. The wheat wine kind of threw me off a bit. But welcome in, Mark. Good to see you. I love stout so much, and I don't experiment enough with it. There's a lot of craft in the area. I should make a point to get more into like the craft stouts and whatnot. There's a lot of craft distilleries in Toronto. I should probably be, helping them out a little bit. Couple of cans here or there. I really do like stout. So yeah. Thanks, Caleb. Let me write down more things for me to do. So now that I'm done Freud, craft stout. What a disaster this notepad is. I think I'm going to do Firefly next. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Firefly. I'm going to put that in the top of the queue. And yeah, and we'll get through that next. So Caleb's drinking stout. The what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Anyways, what's the weather like where you guys are? It's fairly overcast. It sounds like it's windy. It looks a bit chilly. Jeffrey. Oh, and I forgot, guys. 1 second. Sorry. I almost forgot. Let's get if anyone's free. Let's get the StreamYard link posted in the chat. So yeah, in case anyone has noticed, I'm not turning around as much. Besides, like over here to write some stuff down. I finally figured out how to repurpose my old ass iPad 2 into a second screen for my laptop. So I actually have the StreamYard link and everyone in here. So we're gonna get Jeffrey Patron in and Mark. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Oh. Why can't I hear anything? Figures.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you know why? Because I have my headphones still plugged in.
That's why we're getting feedback.
There we go. Is it better?
Yep, much better for me.
Awesome. Oh, and we're going to add in Caleb. Hey, buddy.
Howdy.
What's going on, everyone?
Well, at least we have a better connection today. I shouldn't phase out, hopefully.
Hopefully not. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
She's over in the corner there doing some math.
So Ronnie says that he's 9 months sober. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Cheers to your sobriety.
Cheers. I played D&D with them. That's along with a few other things. But
Nice.
Whatever happened to the D&D that y'all are streaming?
Who? Me?
No. Patrick was doing it. My bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Brad and Hayes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't play D&D. I've never played D&D. I was saying this on one of the last streams, or I don't remember which stream it was, but I know enough people that play it that I should have a basic understanding of the game. But do you guys play? Well, Jeff plays. Caleb, do you play?
No, I don't.
No. Mark, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
this for reference. This is my first campaign that I've ever been in, and this only started this year, so it's only been a short time period that I've done this.
Yeah, I grew up in a really small town, so I was lucky to just get to be able to play Magic.
Yeah. I feel you.
So
okay.
last night we announced that we picked up our 4 barrels, and we talked to the guy this morning.
The Heaven Hail ones, right?
Heaven Hill ones, yeah. 2 of them are the wheat bourbon, whatever that is. And I'm sorry, I just don't know Heaven Hill well enough. 2 of them are the wheated bourbon, and 2 of them were from the bottled in bond barrels.
Jeffrey looks like he's thinking right now.
They make larceny, right?
Yes.
It's either larceny or maybe it's their Burnham, but it's probably larceny.
Most likely larceny, yeah. So we'll see. We're throwing our rye recipe in there, so it should pull out some interesting features as well as our flavor.
You're putting rye on all 4 barrels, or
We're doing the same recipe for all 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I want to see what the difference is and what we can pull out of the barrels, and yeah, we'll go that route. And I mean, it's a 3-year wait minimum. Could be 5.
Could be earlier. Do you want to sell? Do you feel you might end up pulling it out early, or you're gonna keep it at the 3?
No, not for these 4 barrels. We do have the brandy barrel that's full with the moonshine, which is, once again, we call it moonshine, but it's a 3-grain blend. We actually pull all the starches out of the grains, so
right.
It's very much like a raw whiskey. But that's sitting in the brandy one. We may pull that one out early and just save an aged spirit. We'll see. It depends on how it tastes and everything. But yeah, our definitely the 4 that we got from Heaven Hill, they're going right to to where they can be called whiskeys.
Nice.
Is that going to be a Canadian style rye or is that American style rye?
It is a Canadian.
Okay.
I mean, we're in Canada. Might as well make it Canadian. We don't want none of you America stuff up here.
Once again, we are actually going to use rye, so even though
okay, so it's a rye.
What bottle is that says rye but has no rye in it? It's Canadian.
And it's green, so you would think it would be a rye.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up now too. Yeah. Oh, Vito's looking it up.
No, I just got a message from Greg. Did you know during the American Prohibition era, Crown Royal imported their whiskey into the country by claiming their crates were carrying D&D dice bags? To honor their RPG roots, they still include a free dice bag with every purchase. True story. God damn it.
I want to believe it.
No, now they're just saying they're sending in an isolation mask with their whiskey.
I actually plan on making a mask out of my Caribou Crossing bag that I got.
That's probably the best thing you can make out of.
Online. It's fairly easy to make them, so
it's already got the strings for it.
It's probably the best thing you can make from a Caribou Crossing bottle. Boom, roasted. Whiskey I've never had.
But you're not wrong.
So
I'd like to try it, though.
I am in the distillery today, and I'm in a bit of a different location. Right behind me is our bottling area. And as you can see, all the totes of beer we have gone through.
Oh, you got the, I was wondering. I'm going like, why does it look like you're like in front of a bunch of like windows? It's all new totes. Shit.
That's all the totes that were full of beer from Waterloo Brewery, Cowbell, Wellington Brewery, and Laura Brewery. We actually just took it all, threw it in the stills, and run it to sanitizer.
So it's all went to the sanitizers.
They all went to sanitizers. I mean, there was a couple of glasses while it was pouring in the still, but it's
Quality control.
With the pandemic and everything else, these poor guys, they got caught with quite a bit of mash that they essentially they can't use. They can't send to restaurants or bars, so it ended up at several distilleries. I wasn't the only one, but
right.
Yeah, I think the worst part was the I hate this. Yeah, over here, all those kegs.
Yeah.
I went through 90 of those effing kegs. Had to empty them all. I had to tap 90 kegs.
So what you're saying is you got a good workout.
Yeah. I got another 100 coming.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's one good thing that's going to come out of this pandemic for American distillers, at least, is that all these craft distilleries that are producing sanitizer will maybe get their tax cuts extended a little bit longer than what they were trying to take away this year, just because they helped out so much.
Yeah, don't hold your breath on that one.
Yeah, I can hope though.
Yeah. The government's gonna be looking for a handout and repayment soon.
Well, it's tough to speculate, but we'll see what happens, right?
Yep. Well, what beer is that?
That's it's the 2018 Bourbon County wheat wine.
Ooh,
from Goose Island.
That sounds interesting.
Nice.
It basically just tastes like a really sweet beer with I want to say Maker's Mark, but not as sweet.
I had a beer, and it was last year, and it was a Macallan. It was made with Macallan Scotch, and it was awesome.
I had a Lagavulin Porter just a few weeks ago, and it was great.
Does this sound delicious?
A distillery?
Lagavulin Porter. You would like that, yeah.
Was that from a craft distillery, Caleb, or something a bit more widespread?
No, it was craft. It was a small place here in Texas that was getting their hands on a whole bunch of different whiskey barrels.
Of course. Goddamn Texas.
So now I've got the stills running over here. They're running beer, just doing a stripping run. So you keep seeing me look that way, just so I can keep checking them.
Every time you look that way, I just think you're looking at Caleb. So Mark's busy working. Caleb, you've been working still, right?
Non-stop. It hasn't lit up. I think I'm hitting about 12 to 13 hours a day now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dear God.
But normally it's only 4 days a week, so I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, we're up at 5. We're in here. We head home about 9-10, and we just keep going 7 days a week.
So Donald Rance says, as a frontline worker, I can't express how grateful that I am to all of the distilleries working to produce sanitizer right now.
And you know what? That's what keeps us going. And we have a lot of people coming in. We had an ambulance pull up yesterday, and we just donated to them as well. And that keeps us going. I mean, there's no profit in making sanitizer. It is bringing people in, and occasionally they walk out with a bottle, which is great. But we donate an awful lot of it to Frontline, and the construction crews. They don't pay a whole lot, so it's for a distillery that's only been open almost 7 weeks. 2 weeks we made booze, and then we started doing sanitizer. So
yeah. Well, you're doing good work, Mark, and it's appreciated by everyone. So,
of course.
And she's going, me too.
And of course. Yeah, no.
So we had a few other questions from last night when I was cutting in and out, so I was on my phone in the garage, and
no worries, go for it.
I don't remember what the questions were. Jeffrey, do you remember?
I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't.
I wish I did.
Okay, I didn't write them down. I was tired.
I might normally have, but I'm hyped about something I was slightly distracted at the moment.
Pull it out. Pull it out, Jeffrey.
Okay. Wait, sorry, this isn't After Dark.
Next Thursday night.
Okay, this is a 40-year-old single grain whiskey that was aged for 37 years in a first fill hogshead. I'm getting a real righteous echo on my end.
Me too.
Same here.
Not sure who.
Hopefully it's not actually secretly... Wait, no, I think it might have somehow been me.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Okay. I had the stream open, but I wasn't watching it. So it's kind of weird that it was still playing.
All right, start over.
40-year-old single grain scotch from Cameron Bridge, and it's called Could Solve Any Problem. 37 years in a first fill hogshead, and then the last 3 were in a Pedro Jimenez barrel, which I have never seen for a grain whiskey, and I am.
You're excited.
Well, it's 40 years old, oldest whiskey I have, but it's a grain whiskey, which I've never been a big grain whiskey fan, but grain whiskey in a Pedro Jimenez barrel.
When do you plan on opening it up?
Oh, I'm opening it now.
No.
As it's a celebration for the stream. And I'm still getting that echo.
I'm not too sure. Are you getting it from when I'm talking?
It's the echo's on me, so that's why I'm slightly confused as to where it's coming from.
So, Mark, one of the questions Greg remembered, what are you going to be making with the molasses?
We are starting into our rums. We were actually going to use part of it for some sanitizer, but and just do trials that way and use it for our trials in the sanitizer. But we are starting on our rum experiments and trying to figure out what recipe we're going to use for this fall. So we're getting 6,000 pounds of rum.
Jeez.
Sorry, molasses. But I'm aiming for a very specific flavor. And we'll see what it takes to get there. Also, we don't know, because you remember, look at the cigar coming up, nice. You remember we were talking about using the double thumpers in our rum, but we're actually going to try and see if we can stay away from that and just go through the copper tower.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll get what we want.
Well, whatever ends up coming off out of the still, I'm excited. I gotta add to my collection. There's the Tropic Thunder bottles ready for me, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and maybe next Wednesday I'll take a drive up to you guys.
How about Tuesday or Thursday? We're gonna close Wednesday.
Are you gonna close Wednesday? I'll see what I can do. Because I know I wanted to head over to Dave's, the place in Mississauga, to pick up some bottles that he's had for me for a while, as well. So we'll figure it out. Are you working this weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The only Wednesday's a slower day as a rule, so we're trying to see. We're still in here often, but we're trying not to open and just have a little more of a relax.
Right.
Also, like last Wednesday, or a couple days ago, we went and got barrels. Next Wednesday, I want to go up to a couple of the grain mills north of us here and pick up some rye and a couple other things. Plus, I have to go over to Cowbell, take some stuff back to them. So, yeah, we're trying to do our running around on Wednesdays.
Very good, no problem. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Well, I'll see what I can do. There's no choice. I'll come up one of the other days.
Yeah.
If you warn us, we'll try that the after dark.
Oh, Lisa said when you know what day, she'll have the after dark ready for you as well.
Okay, cool.
And we're just starting our Dragon's Breath this weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna be yeah. I want to have like a wall of your stuff right here. There's gonna be like shelves of your stuff.
Well, and as we get the labels, we'll replace the labels and have the proper number on them with a proper label if you want.
Can you sign all the bottles too?
If that's what you want.
I want. You know what? No, I don't want your signature. I want Lisa's signature.
That's good. That's a better choice. Can't read mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely gonna be prettier.
All right. So what's the cigar, Caleb?
It's a vintage 12-year-old Perdomo, barrel aged. I don't know what barrel it comes from. They have Jefferson's Ocean, Pappy, Buffalo Trace, and Weller in their house, but I'm not sure which one they aged this cigar in. It's all right. It's first Perdomo.
All right, and you'll have to excuse me. Where are you? It's warm there.
It's very hot. It's 100 degrees right now.
Oh, beautiful.
South Texas.
That's what I was thinking. I was looking at the trees behind you. Nice little, not much of a breeze, but a little breeze there.
Yeah, about 5 miles an hour today. It's enough to keep you good if you're out in it, but right now I'm in my balcony, so no breeze on me.
Yeah, it's we wake up to snow still. Yeah.
We didn't get out of the 60s for this winter. We had 60s and 70s every day so far.
Oh, God, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's perfect weather. 60s, 70s, yeah.
There were a couple of days where we got down to 30, but it stayed there for maybe 3 hours or so and then came right back up.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Who's this sheep pie with all the virtual hugs?
Good friend of mine. let's just say.
I was gonna say, like, oh, someone's giving Jeffrey all the virtual hugs. So, Jeff,
Yeah,
talk to
they
us
had
about.
popped in before. They're from Japan, based in
Oh,
Germany.
yes, that's right. That's right. Well, I don't know what the weather is in Japan, but iyo tenki desu ne. Jeffrey, talk to us about that 40-year-old.
Okay, so it's everything that I love about. I mean, I don't have many references to pull from, but like Port Dundas or the Asila, which is, I think, the hint with the Asila that I did is because, shit, I am still getting an echo, and my setup is exactly the same as before. Asila, 7% Glen Elgin, 42% Linkwood, and 52% Cameron Bridge, which is what this is. It's everything that I love about grain whiskey. That just very sweet butteriness, very reminiscent of an Irish whiskey, of specifically like a Jameson, not kind of like a redbreast with just the sweetened notes highlighted, the sweet and buttery notes, but way less so the butter, almost like a shoe polish.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
The PX is there, but it has none of that astringency that I associate with grain whiskey. And that's my book report, Vito.
Very, very nice.
Now, Vito,
Yeah,
out of
buddy.
curiosity, as I seen Jeff pull out his book, where's your book? Do you still have it?
I have these books. I have a malt whiskey yearbook from 2019. I have a complete guide to whiskey that I got with my whiskey stones.
Right, but where's your taste notebook?
It's up here.
Ah,
I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Or am I not remembering something? I feel like I'm not remembering.
no. Just I remember you used to talk a lot about how you'd keep track and keep notes, and all of a sudden I'm just kind of wondering.
No, that's Dan.
Ah,
Dan has the notebook.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
See, it's all the gray hair. I have memory loss.
It's okay.
Lisa's going. I can vouch for that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Dan has a fairly large tasting book that he keeps notes of, and Adam has like 700 or 600 reviews on Reddit of all the whiskeys he's tasted. So
right.
I actually just discovered. I mean, I might have before and just forgotten it, but you know how I came up with the Ben Riach, the full
Yes.
bottle? I just found that review that Adam posted on Reddit recently.
yeah, and was he
Boy can write.
Adam is one of the most impressive people to have a drink with if you want to explore a whiskey. He is so enthusiastic and so like obscure with his references, but they're always on point. Like it's just like how are you pulling that sort of specific smell or taste from this whiskey? Like it's an impossibility, and he just manages to do it. He's like, oh, this is great. This smells like a chili dog I had in 2007 in Coney Island. Like what?
Yeah, tasting notes are something I lack severely, which, well, it's okay. I know what I like, and, that's about as far as I go. I just prefer creating the stuff, so.
Yeah, I stopped doing tasting notes after I ruined a quarter cask for myself, finding rosemary in it.
You found rosemary in Lefroy Quarter Cask?
Yeah, we had this conversation before. You're about to do the exact same that you did last time.
Where the fuck?
He doesn't have it hiding behind the pitcher.
Where is it? There it is.
So you self-suggested a tasting note and then couldn't lose it?
Exactly, and it's there forever, and I cannot drink it. I hate rosemary.
Just think rosemary.
You know what? You said rosemary, and now I'm like getting like really fresh oregano, but I'm not really getting rosemary. I can see where like the direction, but that's weird now.
Mhm.
Sometime.
Maybe. What I'll do is I'll go into my pantry, pull out all of the all of my like herbs and everything, and I'll compare it all, and I'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, we've been playing a bit, just in the back room, we once again, the stills are all tied up making sanitizer. So, and before I can make gins or vodkas, I have got to do a major cleaning on that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because typically when I'm doing a whiskey or a vodka, it's from the one still, and right now I'm plugging both in the system, but it takes me 8 to 10 hours to do a single run. With sanitizer, I've got both stills loaded. They're both pumping, and I do a run in 3.5 hours.
Wow.
The inside of my towers don't look pretty. So before I switch back to making something we're going to enjoy down the road, I've got to do a major cleaning in there. So we've just been playing. We're kind of doing some bathtub gins in the back room, and we're having a lot of fun with different, spices and, botanicals.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about using the what was it, the blue juniper that you guys were making, that you guys have growing.
Yeah, the blueberry juniper.
Yeah, I'm excited for when you start pumping out the gin, because I love gin.
Yeah, the world's endless. We've been playing with a butterfly pea flower, and it's really, it's one of those artistic things. It's the flavor is a little subtle as compared to like a juniper heavy. So we backed off on the juniper and made it a little bit lighter. But with the pea flower, it's really neat because it's really pH aware. So it's a nice dark purplish, but as soon as you add an ice cube or add club soda, it just tonic water, it goes to a nice pink in it. It just transforms right in front of your eyes.
Nice. I'm thirsty. So Sheep Pie is asking, it's a broad question, but what's everyone's favorite drink? So what's your go-to drink if you're just at a bar and you're like, you don't want to think, your mindless just go-to? Mine's a Negroni.
You know what? It really changes. It depends on the time of year, how you feel, everything else. Right now. I'm just in love with the Gooder Hem and Worts from the Northern Release. That's a great little dram to enjoy.
Yeah, I'm basically just Dos Equis during the summer, and then rum and coke during the winter.
Jeffrey?
I'm kind of blanking because I want to say, because I can just go with an old fashioned, but not to be my favorite bar is if I went in and said, "Can I have an old fashioned?" I feel like they would look at me and go "But why?" Because they don't make old fashions.
Right.
Yeah, the old fashioned's below you right now.
Excuse me while I sip on old fashions.
No, I actually just made an old fashioned, chocolate old fashioned. But just probably just a whiskey highball with Topo Chico or just any kind. I like seltzer. I like whiskey. I like lime. So just put all three together, and I can drink that all night.
Apparently, Jeffrey, your favorite drink is Sheep Pie.
Okay, that is true. I thought we were talking about alcohol.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, Donald has the gin and tonic for summer, and I have to agree. It's on a hot day, like if we were down where Caleb is right now. Gin and tonic, it leaves you so refreshed. It really is nice. And to me, I love exploring it, but for just a simple, quick gin and tonic, a Bombay Sapphire with a twist of lime and some tonic water, that's great on a hot day.
I just can't do gin. It's got that herb note that I don't like, just like in the quarter cask. It kills me every time.
I got you.
Yeah, there's no rosemary in it. Well, not always.
My favorite go-to like hot weather drink is a chilled white wine. As basic as that might be, I like a nice chilled Chardonnay on a really hot day. Love it.
And you can rhyme
Coke.
like there's no way.
What's that, Jeff?
And you can rhyme like there's no way.
Okay, smoky Coke. I'm taking that's something like a Lafroigan Coke. Is that, or am I missing something?
Yeah, like anything peated with a Coke or Pepsi.
That's a crime.
It's really good with Dr. Pepper
I could whip up a smoky Coke right now.
Yeah, Brad is a big proponent of the smoky Coke. Or smoky pepper.
Now, we a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago, we ended up with we pulled out your Big Ten and added some butterscotch to it. And
I think I remember you telling us about this.
It was freaking awesome. There goes the Coke.
Yeah.
The Coke's going in first because I'm not sure if you see what kind of smoke I'm adding to it.
Oh.
Why?
Oh yeah.
Because
why?
I can.
Doesn't mean you should.
And none of you can stop me.
Well, you know what? If you enjoy it that way, go for it. Don't pour me one.
That hurt to watch.
I was going to say, was that as painful for you?
Was that good for you, honey? No. Wrong hole. Wrong hole.
I actually have a video where I do this. Just because I had said, I'll take recommendations. What kind of drink do you want me to make? And then I just got the only response was just whiskey and Coke, no specificity. So I took it to the most extreme. The smoky Coke with my oldest smoke.
Nice.
Actually, I think, did I use Tobias and the Angel in that? Either use this or Tobias and the Angel.
No, don't use Tobias. That would break my heart.
Oh, I need a damn desk inside.
But I do actually, it is quite good.
I can't imagine it being anything less than good.
It just, it's that little bit more of the oak kind of makes the sweetness of the Coke a little more palatable for me as someone who doesn't like sweet things at all.
So what's going on? Divorce papers are imminent, Jeff, from Shippai Chan.
So Vito.
Yeah, buddy.
When are you going to dive into some really good beers?
Shit. Yeah, so I need to... I'm being pestered right now with notifications of sales of whiskey. So I don't know if I'm going to be spending a little bit, like my little bit of money that I have this month on whiskey, or if I'm going to do like craft beer purchases. But soon.
What have you got lined up for your craft beer purchase?
I have no idea. There's a couple of places near here. Bandit Brewery, down on Rothsvale, on the west end, has a lot of really interesting stuff, and they have a couple of stouts that I know they've aged in wild turkey barrels.
Yep.
So I might stop by there real quickly at some point to pick up a couple things from them because I like what they make. But other than that, I'd probably actually go on to the internet and see like go to the smaller breweries that are still producing and just grab a couple things from them.
Yeah, well, if you want a few suggestions, we're going to have quite a bit here next week. You missed on all this stuff. The one I would suggest would be Elora Brewery, Three Fields. So they use 3 grains into it. It's not heavily hopped. It's really nice. It is probably one of the nicest beers I've had in a long time. At least for my profile. I'm not a big fan of the grapefruit and that sort of thing. I like the grain beer.
Yeah, the like the Radlers and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of anything with that sort of like tart fruitiness. It's kind of like, not that I don't like it. It's just like it's not my preference.
Yeah, we had 3 of these totes that were like a grapefruit base, and that's all you could smell in the distillery for about 2 days. It's just grapefruit. We had a couple that were honey, and you'd open the door, walk in. It was almost like walking into a meadery for a while.
Is that a bird or something in the distillery?
I'm sorry?
I heard like a chirping. I wasn't sure if it was
I'm outside. You're probably hearing birds.
Yeah, you know what? It's nice because we don't. The birds are still kind of keeping away from over here, so I miss nature.
Next time you come down to Texas, I'm gonna have to take you on a little bit of a brewery hunt. Try and find some good beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, depending on when it is, definitely gonna have to make a bit of an elongated trip out of it. Oh
yeah.
So are we even still thinking there's going to be a Bastards Ball this year?
No, definitely not.
No,
not right now.
I'm gonna say that no,
because I haven't seen anything as to what's going on. So
I think they're I think they're waiting to hear the confirmation. Because even like last year, I think it wasn't until like May that they started releasing tickets.
Yeah.
So I think they're just waiting to see, but most likely it's not going to happen.
Yeah, we had plans originally to be going, but I think with everything that's happened and what's going on, I think we're just going to pass on this year and aim for next year.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Am I counting you in on the place, Vito?
Depends. We'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because I may do La Quinta again. I may not. I might do the Airbnb. We'll figure it out.
Gotcha. La Quinta tried to kill me. That's why I'm not going back.
La Quinta tried to kill you?
Yeah. Long story short, if you saw me at the Bastards Ball the first time,
oh yeah,
I was in rough condition.
I kind of forgot about that, but
I think we were all like over, like especially the day before.
Yes.
We had a lot to drink. Even like this year, I played it safe. I don't even think I spent more than 45 minutes in the lobby at La Quinta every night, out of fear that I would overdrink. And I was just like, okay, well, that's it. It's 11:30. I'm going to bed.
Well, my problem the first night was I went to Brad's tasting.
Yeah, and then we went out drinking.
And then we went out drinking at the restaurant. Then we went to La Quinta, hung out there for about an hour. Then me and James went to the academy and met up with y'all and hung out there until like 1 or 2 in the morning. Then we headed back to the La Quinta and then drank there till 4 in the morning, maybe.
Yeah, I remember because I was still in Englebrick. And you guys were trying to FaceTime me at like 3 in the morning because I was leaving to catch my plane at that time.
Yeah, we were live streaming that night. We were streaming out at the by the pool.
Yeah.
Me, Josh, and Jeffrey.
Oh, where the fuck did that stream go?
I don't know. It's gone. I hope it's gone.
Oh, the stream I did from inside the La Quinta that you're in is still up, by the way.
Oh, great. I was
Y'all remember
drunker
that?
than a skunk that night.
Here's the thing: you weren't the drunkest person on tape. Do you want to know why? You weren't
I'm assuming
trying
it's
to.
the guy that was throwing up in his Glencairn as we were trying to get him to go to his room.
Nah.
Well, you weren't trying to communicate with the dog telepathically,
That's pretty bad.
and you didn't. That is, I didn't get it on video, but I did get on video because I didn't notice because I was slightly starting to feel it that person was drunk in that way. So I didn't see them start to throw up into the Glencairn, but like I do have on video them book it outside and start throwing up into the trash can.
Right there at the front door, and then we tried to
Yes.
convince him to go back to his room, and he wasn't having it.
First person to throw up, and
Isn't
then
it
someone else
bizarre?
threw up.
Isn't it bizarre to watch a video a while later of yourself doing stuff that you have no recollection of?
Oh, I remember this completely. That's the fun
Oh
part.
yeah, I have an amazing drunk memory. I'll remember everything.
When I went back and watched our 1,000 subscriber stream a couple days later, near the end, I was like, "What in the gods? Like, what in God's green earth was I thinking doing this?" Yeah, it's not. It's for me. It's
Yeah,
for
was that before or after the luge?
That was I pretty much lost a little bit of consciousness around that time.
What, you did another body shot?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I still have that video on my phone.
Please, let's not talk about it.
I wasn't going to talk about it. I'm just saying I still have the video.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
It's in a
come on,
secure
that was
bunker.
some of the best entertainment.
Yeah.
Vito, I just want to know why you choose to do that to yourself.
I don't know. I like inciting reactions, and it's it's whatever. Everyone has a good time. I don't mind too much.
And it always comes at about the spot of memory loss. So
Yeah. And for whatever reason, Gretchen and Jeremy just know exactly when that is, like instinctively, and they always catch me, and it's like, oh yeah, sure.
But speaking of fun times in Austin, if it happens at all, I'm going to try and bring this down in some capacity to share with some people.
If it lasts until then.
I'm going to try and make it last. The reason I even have this is I've been saving up to do the Psalm classes.
Right.
And I don't know if they're going to even happen because of how they're getting.
Right.
Because I don't want to get it and then have it get pushed back.
I think the next Psalm 1 is next year.
yeah,
most
Lisa and I
likely.
were hoping to come down for the Psalm 1 this year, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
But I put, instead of being it dum-dum and blowing all of it on a Port Allen, I got this instead. And saved some of that money.
Yep. Very good.
But then they put out a 40-year-old Port Allen, and now I'm just like, but it's only $6,000.
That would be a
Speaking
very
of which,
poor
do either of
decision.
you have any $6,000 to lend?
Nope.
And by lend,
Super
I
chat.
mean give.
Nope. I got the rents to pay now.
Darn it!
Sorry, Jeffrey.
Damn
Rent
you, Vito!
sucks. You know how many whiskeys I could have for my rent?
Lots.
Lots.
Yeah.
But
And I
holy shit, is this good?
I switched camera views. Oh, and he brings it back.
So smooth.
Just checking. We're at 100 liters at 70%. So it's a shame it's all going to be sanitizer.
It's okay.
You can bottle some.
No, it's you know what? I've always wondered what it would be like to run certain beers through. And, there's such a different array. So we've tried, once again, they just come to us. We've tried them. I've run slow and I've tried to see what I get. And there's nothing I've enjoyed yet that's come out of the end of the still. So, running it all up into a vodka to do the sanitizer, that's fine.
From what I've had of all the whiskey that's been made out of beer, the hops are just so concentrated. It's unenjoyable.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what? One of my favorite beers, we had a whole tote of it, and I really loved the beer, but there was so much honey coming out the end of it, it was just nasty.
Yeah, it even as a hophead myself that loves the high IBU IPAs.
Yeah.
I cannot stand a whiskey that's been made from a beer. It's just way too hoppy.
Yeah, I haven't enjoyed anything yet. So, and it's great. It's one of those curiosity questions that we have. We were going to try it out on a smaller still at one point, but running this test will definitely negate me ever trying it again.
Yeah, the IPA experiments. I think I was talking about it last night too. It's just like it's so like I haven't found one that I enjoy. All the other beers, sure, like the red ale, like the Bose red ale from Jameson's is really good. The stout edition is really good. The Jameson's IPA, the was it the Glenfiddich IPA, and the two that I had in the vault. I don't remember who made them, but none of them have been nice. Very, very harsh, and the hops don't play well with the beer flavor, with the beer profile.
No, and they really make the towers look ugly when they're done.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what, if you ever run this, and you know what, if you get up here next week and we're running it, I'm gonna shut down the stills just so you can look inside and go, wow, we drink this.
Yeah.
Because it gets to the point where there's little strings hanging down from inside the still, and it's kind of.
I guess that's like the ends, like the sugar enzymes, kind of like congealing a little bit, or.
Yeah, it's what they put in. I mean, they put in honey and a bunch of other stuff, and that just coagulates in there, and it gets pretty nasty.
Are you talking about those IPAs that just add a whole bunch of different flavoring in the fermentation process?
Yep.
Instead of relying solely on hops to give them a proper flavor?
Yep.
Let me grab my hop collection real quick.
But I'm not sure. I had myself muted, but I'm not sure if you saw it. I added a little bit of chocolate bitters to the smoky Coke.
Yeah, and?
It tastes like s'mores in the best way.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, Vito.
Yeah, buddy.
If you were to start liking IPAs are 420 friendly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have the same genetics as hops. They are basically the same, all except for one gives bitter fruity flavor and one gives bitter skunky flavor.
Oh. Let me message someone right about now.
So do we crush them and add them to
the beer? Or to the bowl? Which one?
Yeah, let's go with 420.
Hops? No, you don't get any of the good stuff out of that. But if you were to make an IPA with the other stuff, it would work very, very well. Speaking from experience.
And
let's say you made like
a up and sprinkle a bit on
a butter out of these hops.
Oh,
and then you made some kind of butter beer.
Thank you, Shipai. Shipai Chan.
Holy shit!
$3 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I might actually do that.
5-head moves.
I have several ounces of really good Galaxy hops from Australia that I can make into some really good butter and make a butter beer.
I feel bad. I had a friend who went out to buy some hops because they're a beer enthusiast in Australia, and they were given kale. Sad.
Kale.
Kale.
Oh, kale.
Like leaves, like literal leaves.
But if you're a beer enthusiast, how do you not know that
Oh
hops
no,
look
they
like
knew. They
buds?
knew. The person like ran as soon as they. How can you make beer from that? I say.
I mean, you could. You can
You
make beer with
could,
lobster if you
but
wanted to.
should you?
I don't know. Maybe you could make a really good beer out of it.
I rest my case.
So, Caleb, are you playing with something you're going to show us?
I'm trying to find the right one to pull out that's got enough shake in the bottom. There we go. I don't know if you can see that right
I'm
there.
insanely jealous of all of you. Well, some of you. Mainly
But
you Canadians.
that's the Galaxy hop. It's at an alpha acid of 17%. And then I got a German Tettnang that's at an alpha of 3.2. Both of them are extremely fruity, but extremely skunky. So it's really close to a 420 beer when brewing with those.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever had one.
Whenever I took my master brewing class about 10 months ago, I found out you can make beer just about out of anything other than just hops.
Yep.
Yep. Oh boy.
Because technically beer is just anything that's been boiled, then yeast added to it.
And there was another preservative. I know the hops do the preserving and add that flavor to it, but there was a hops replacement, but well before hops. What was it? Do you remember?
There was a what for hops or before
There was-
hops?
Yeah, before the hops, there was something else that replaced that.
Rice.
Function? Rice. Okay.
The starches in it preserved it.
Oktoberfest is canceled this year.
Is where I know you said the sheep pie is Japanese, but are they in?
I don't know if she's So she's an American family that moves around.
Oh, okay.
For
Yeah,
and
are they in Europe right now?
they're based in Germany.
Oh, that makes sense then.
I don't know where in Germany.
Yeah, Oktoberfest. Yeah, Oktoberfest being canceled sucks, but it makes sense given the climate.
It does.
I think pretty much most things will be canceled this year.
Yep.
I haven't heard yet in Kitchener, which is in Canada, and it's the next biggest Oktoberfest outside of Germany. Yeah, I imagine that's not going to happen this year either.
Yeah, the Texas Worst Fest has been canceled. Got canceled last year because it caught on fire, and this year canceled because of pandemic. It's just not having a good run.
No. Actually,
Next year might just flood.
I just heard this year. I think it's the first time the Calgary Stampede has ever been canceled. Just kind of surprised at that one.
She's Jamaican and Choctaw Native American, and they're in Stuttgart right now, near Munich. Well, not near, like an hour-ish away.
Choctaw.
My apologies.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try that. All right, gents, I got to scoot.
Take care, Mark.
We'll see you all again soon.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Nice talking to you. I look forward to trying any whiskey that they put out in the future.
Well, like I said, I have their White Lightning Moonshine and their lavender and blood orange liqueur. But yeah, Mark's got a really keen eye and mouth for flavors. So I'm really excited for what they're going to be putting out.
That'll have to be one of my spots that I go to whenever I come up there.
Yeah, we'll make sure that there's a nice little tour set up. Donald's they're talking about the CNE. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so the CNE is a like an exhibition. It's like a big 2-week long carnival fair that happens in Toronto every end of August. And yeah, for sure that would be canceled. For sure. Which is a shame, but yeah.
I think we can just count on 2021 and probably half of 2022 just being stay at home and save money.
Yeah. Well, for those that are working, right? It'll be interesting to see what happens with those that have been let off. Like I've been let off from work, until things happen. And is the government subsidies and grants and all this stuff, like the stimulus checks and all that, is that going to continue the entire time through?
The unemployment that they have going on right now is making more money than me at a 40-hour rate.
My roommate is an essential worker, and he's what motive, like, for the extra money that I'm making working. He's like, I can live on just the what we're getting in Canada right now. He's like,
yeah, I'm in the same boat. I would go with being unemployed. I hope I get laid off, to be honest with you. I could be making same amount of money just sitting on my ass.
Have you considered? I should probably try out my Saul Goodman voice. Have you considered a rude and obscene gestures to your employers?
The problem is I'm in construction.
Darn it.
I flip them off on a daily basis every time I see them and tell them fuck off. It doesn't work.
Have you considered more obscene?
I'm not going to say the things that we've done on the construction site on camera.
Good, smart move.
But it gets bad.
Yeah, this is difficult. Even trying to be scummy, it's hard to outdo construction workers.
especially drillers. We are scum of the earth.
At least you guys are self-aware.
Oh yeah, we're well aware that we are scum, but we're scum to each other. We don't take it to public.
All right. So it's 4:00. I didn't think we were gonna end up at going the full hour, but I do need to do some things and grab some stuff. So thank you guys for joining in.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this on the weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna do it Saturday and Sundays. Maybe I'll just do
take a break.
Yeah, Monday to Friday.
You really should.
Yeah, I've been on camera. Like this is essentially my full-time job now.
I'd go Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Do it every other day.
Yeah, every other day of the week. Don't burn yourself out.
We'll see. We'll reconvene Monday and discuss.
It's a different situation, but I was for a good bit this year putting out a video every single Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Edited content. Worked out real hard.
Yeah, editing can get real, like, yeah. That's why I'm not doing. That's why essentially, like, I've pretty much stopped doing produce content, because it's like editing is just so exhausting, and strenuous that it's just like, fuck it. This at least is like I can end it whenever I want. I can keep it going for as long as we want. It's it's less effort overall.
Yeah.
The thing that like, it's now, thankfully it's Friday, is that yesterday really I was exhausted after doing 3 streams. That was a lot. 3 in a day, that's a lot. But yeah, well, I'll see. On Monday I'll put it out and see, like, if people just enjoy it, even if it's not even a full hour, like a half hour, sort of just checking with everybody. But yeah, actually, this will actually give me a good time to start hashing out the whiskey journey thing that I wanted to do. So yeah. All right, very good. Well, guys, thanks for hopping on. It was great to talk to you guys.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see everyone soon. Keep safe and have a great weekend, guys.
Adios.
Cheers. Glass. Pretend there's a glass.
Bye.